Hey there, welcome to Microdose U. I am Dr. Dave, and today we are talking about SSRIs, better known as selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. These are the antidepressants that you've heard of, such as Lexapro, Prozac, Zoloft, Paxil. There are many. Those are some of the more popular ones. And the question is, how do these act, or I should say, how do they interact with psilocybin and LSD? One of the most commonly asked questions I get, and I've been doing this for quite some time now, is, Dr. Dave, what about my SSRIs that I'm on? Do I need to quit them before I start microdosing, or do I start microdosing while on them? And my answer is, whoa, cowboy, whoa, slow down. First, let's think, why are you on the SSRI to begin with? Maybe it stabilized you. Maybe it got you through a dark season in your life. Maybe it's been keeping you safe. Now, here's the truth. Many people microdose while on SSRIs. Yes, they can definitely somewhat blunt the effects of the psychedelics because they interact with the serotonin receptors. So yes, sometimes the microdose does feel less. It could feel a little softer or more subtle, but that doesn't mean it's not working. It means that your nervous system is already being modulated. Some people find they actually need a slightly higher microdose to notice a change. Some feel subtle benefits at even regular doses, or I should say regular microdoses. When I began microdosing, I was on Lexapro. I was on 20 milligrams of Lexapro, and correct me if I'm wrong here, that's on the higher dose level of Lexapro. As a matter of fact, I think they don't recommend, unless your doctor really overrides it, they don't recommend doing any more than 20 milligrams of Lexapro. So that was definitely a high dose. And I'm going to talk to you very shortly about exactly what I recommend doing, the whole protocol, and what I did. But I will tell you, when I started microdosing, I did not, and I repeat, I did not quit my Lexapro. And this is very important. And stay tuned. I'm going to explain the whole thing. But yes, this is individualized for sure. Everyone is different. But let's get into the main question here, because again, it's probably one of the top 5 questions I ever get asked. Should you quit your SSRI before microdosing, before beginning your microdosing journey? And the answer is a huge capital letter no. Because coming off of an SSRI too quickly can definitely do some things. It can destabilize your mood. It can definitely increase your anxiety. It can create like withdrawal type symptoms that feel worse than when you started on your SSRI. So no, it's not a good idea. Microdosing is not a magic switch that replaces your medication overnight. For some people, over time, with stability and support, it does become part of a transition, though. And again, I'm going to explain exactly what I did and what I recommend in a couple seconds. But for others, some people actually stay on both. They do the microdosing and they stay on their SSRI, and there's nothing wrong with that. You've never heard me say there's really anything wrong with that. I'm not against pharmaceuticals. I'm all for anything that works, that's not going to harm you. So let me share the exact protocol that I did, because I think this is what I teach, and I think this is going to help you, or anybody that's confused about how to handle SSRIs with the microdosing. So as I said, I was on 20 milligrams of Lexapro when I first started my microdosing journey. And the reason I started microdosing, even though I was on Lexapro, is because I felt Lexapro was helping me. It certainly was helping me. I'm not going to lie and say it's of no value. It was helping me, but I'd say it was probably helping me at the 60 to 70% level. And I'm not one who would accept a 60, 65, 70% life. I want 100% life. I mean, is that too much to ask? It's not. we only go around one time. At least in this lifetime, we only go around one time. I want 100%. I want to feel good every day. I want to be living my life somewhere between a 9 and a 10, and closer to the 10, of course. But I'll take a 9. A 9 is pretty darn good as well. So I was doing both, and the microdosing was definitely working. Absolutely working. I started to feel better and better every single day. And I didn't touch my Lexapro. I kept using that as well. But I would say somewhere around the 8th month or the 9th month, I decided I wanted to go ahead, and this was plenty of time. Don't do this too quickly, guys, but take your time. It took me about 8 or 9 months into my microdosing to decide I'm going to go ahead and try to taper off or wean off of my Lexapro. And here's how I did it. On day one, and remember, this is not day one of microdosing. This is day one of me deciding I want to taper off, like 9 months into my microdosing. I went down from 20 milligrams of Lexapro to, I think I cut it in half. It was to about 10. And quite honestly, I gave it a few days, and after a few days, or maybe even longer, because it stays in your system for a while, so it might have taken a little longer, I felt that I needed the Lexapro a little bit more. So I didn't go back up to 20, but I went up to 15, which is still less than my original 20 milligrams. And I stayed at 15 for, I don't know, again, a lot of this from memory, but I stayed at 15 milligrams for several weeks for sure. Few weeks. Then I ultimately went down to 10 milligrams. And I stayed there for a while, and I noticed, how do I feel? I tried to observe. Do I feel better? Do I feel worse once I tapered this down? And I couldn't say that I felt worse. I actually felt fine. So from there, I waited some time, probably several more weeks, and that's when I tapered down or weaned down to 5 milligrams. And I stayed at 5 milligrams for a while because, again, the next step was either going to be to cut that in half to 2.5 or to go off completely. So I stayed there for a little while and got my body used to that. And then after a period of time, let's just say it was a month or two, I went down to 2.5. That means just cutting the tablets in half because they don't even make it 2.5. I did that for a short time and then down to 0. And I was fully ready to go back to 2.5 or 5 milligrams if I had to, if I started feeling bad. But luckily I didn't. I felt great. And it got to the point, like I said, I was totally off of my Lexapro, but it took me at least a few months. I did not go from 20 milligrams to 0 in a few days. I did it very, very methodically, very slowly, not rushing anything, and that really did the trick, and it worked. And since then, and that's been years now, I have not taken another SSRI. I've not desired one, not needed one. I'm totally 100% off of SSRIs, and I feel great every single day. And the psilocybin, and then later on the LSD microdosing, were instrumental in getting me off of my SSRIs. But not only that, but helping me to feel better every single day. So remember, this is really important. This year, 2026, is about building our best year ever, intelligently, not emotionally. It's very easy just to say, well, I'm going to do this. No, let's slow down, do it the right way so it will work and it will stick. So if you're on an SSRI right now, here's what I would suggest. First, stabilize your microdose while staying on your medication. Pick a consistent dose. And I've said this in the past few episodes. Pick a consistent dose. Stay steady. Observe the subtle shifts. Are you reacting differently to things? Are you recovering faster if you have like a little bit of a tough time, an anxious moment, or whatever it might be? Are you sleeping better? Are you thinking more flexibly? And remember, give it months, not days or weeks. Then, if and only you feel stable and curious about tapering, have a real conversation with your doctor, the doctor that prescribed this. Because again, I am not here, and I want to make this clear, I am not here giving you medical advice, and I am not here telling you to get off of your SSRI. That would be very, very irresponsible. I'm sharing my story. It worked for me. I'm sure it will work for you if you follow the same way. I don't see why it wouldn't, but everybody is different. So you got to be very careful about that. But I would absolutely share this with your doctor. And remember something else. You're not tapering off of this because you hate the medication. Chances are this medication has helped you in some way. And I'm talking about the SSRI. Chances are it has helped you in some way. And you're not desperate. But you're doing this because you're making a meaningful, thoughtful decision. And if you decide to stay on your SSRI while you're microdosing, or even like a low dose SSRI, that doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're building very carefully. The goal here is not to rip away every support you have. The goal is to reduce suffering and feel better every single day. And if your anxiety is 20% less intense, if your depressive dips are shorter, if you have more emotional flexibility, that is tremendous progress in my mind. And remember, the progress compounds, it builds on itself. So please don't rush this. Please don't panic. Don't make medication decisions based on your excitement. Make them based on stability. And what I've done, and what many, many people that have followed me for several years are also doing, it does work, but you have to do it right. 2026 is your best year, not because you threw everything out. It's your best year because you moved deliberately. You're not weak for needing support. You're building. You're learning. And remember, I've got a brand new episode that comes out every Wednesday. Please, we're building this year, 2026, to be our best year ever. Listen to all the episodes because they're all numbered. They're all sequential. I mean, you can jump in and out. Some people have asked me, well, Dr. Dave, I missed a couple episodes. Does that mean I'm a failure? No. I mean, it's better that you listen or watch all of them. But if you missed a couple, it's totally fine. Jump in where you can. We're making this year our best year ever. And remember our Patreon group. It's a family like you would not believe. We talk about where to get the medicine, our trusted sources. We have a great WhatsApp companion that there's always a conversation going on. We've got some of the most caring people on the planet. Some are very experienced and they're willing to help everybody. Some are very brand new and don't even know what a microdose is. But it doesn't matter because everybody's there to help everyone else. And we have live meetings several times per month that are on Zoom that are just great. It's like a beautiful family that gets together live and we all just talk about stuff that we want to talk about, stuff that we really can't talk about anywhere else. And while I'm at it, while I'm remembering, I want to go ahead and welcome some of our new, brand new recent members, people that have just joined our Patreon family. Jonathan, Matthew, Zelij, Maggie, Ron, Chad, Jeremy. Wait, Chad and Jeremy joined together. Wait a minute, weren't Simon and Garfunkel? Were they originally Chad and Jeremy? Maybe. Wow, I'm honored. We have another David. Yes, not me, another David. I'm in there, but we have another David and another Matthew. We've been getting, for some reason, we've been getting a bunch of Matthews lately. I can't explain it, but that's the truth. We've been getting a bunch of Matthews. So the link is in the show notes, and also just go to my website. It's microdoseu.com. Microdose with the letter U on the end of it. .com. You'll find everything there, but I would love to see you in the Patreon family. And yes, it is $12.50 a month. What is that, like 3 cups of coffee a month? Well, you be the judge. If it speaks to you, if you feel the energy, if you feel the vibration, please come and join us. I never have to beg anybody because the right people find it. That's pretty much the bottom line. I never beg. And something else I want to share with you. People always ask me, Dr. Dave, what supplements do you take? What do you take every day? I know you take a bunch, but I want the list. Well, recently I set up a store on Amazon because I used to like try to fumble around and let me see, I take this, I take this. No, I don't do that anymore. I set up a store on Amazon. It lists every single thing I use on a daily basis. You can purchase them right there. You don't have to. You can get them anywhere you want. If you want to walk into your local grocery store, it doesn't matter. But for your convenience, I listed everything that I use. And not only that, a lot of other really cool things that I use around my house for health, for healthy living, healthy lifestyle, things I use for my sleep. So again, the link is in the show notes and also on my website. I would recommend checking it out because it just makes it so easy to go see, what does Dr. Dave do? I want to buy the same thing. Again, not that I am the know-it-all or not that I am perfect, but I have learned over many years what some really good supplements for many of us are to take. Also, we offer coaching, one-on-one coaching if you want, and we have a 5-part free. It's a free 5-part course on the introduction, how to begin microdosing psilocybin and LSD. A free 5-part course. And again, all of these links are in the show notes and on my website. So please check them out. And please remember this. You are valuable. You matter. You matter a lot, especially to me. I am Dr. Dave, Microdose U. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you next week.